Hello, I'm back again on this channel, and this is going to be lesson 2. And this time we are going to be dealing with start menu, taskbar, and notification settings. So once we've installed Windows in the first lesson, now the next thing we want to do is how do we manage our Windows 10 computer. If you are able to manage and configure Windows 10 computer, you would also be able to manage Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 7, and even the latest one, which is Windows 11. You will be able to manage the whole of them. So let's get into it. This lesson is actually a practical lesson. It's practical in nature. So normally the reason why I've got this is to be able to just ensure that I'm able to read and then know what next to speak about. So in this practical, we are going to be I'm going to be showing you how do you arrange your tiles, how do you drag and resize. So it's just going to be about managing Windows 10. That's what we are going to try and do now. So let's continue with this now. Let's continue. So what I'm just going to do right now is to start my Windows 10 computer, which I installed Windows on in the previous lesson. So I'm just going to start it and then click on start, and I'll wait for it to come whereby I'll be able to log into it like we did the last time, if you remember. So I'm just waiting for it to come because this lesson is practical. I can't just be talking. I'll have to wait for everything to be ready and then continue speaking about it. So this is Windows 10. I'm logging in. If you remember, my password still remains the same. When we installed Windows the last time, I used admin as my username. I'm logging in as admin now. Now I'm logged into my computer, and as you can see, um, this is Windows 10. This is one of those things that makes you know this is Windows 10. The logo you're looking at here, this very logo, this four squares, is the logo for Windows 10, and you can see the start menu as well shows that this is also Windows 10. So it's also another four logos. So I mean four squares. So that's how you get to know this is Windows 10. And if you're not sure, you can actually go to the control panel. If you want to see, search for control panel, go into the control panel, go to system, and go to system again, and this will tell you what Windows edition are you on. Can you see it says Windows 10 Pro? So that's the Windows we are on. I remember saying something about 62 and 64-bit operating system, and you can see it says there system type 64-bit operating system, 64-bit processor, and you can see it says my processor is 1.9 gigahertz. So that tells you that I can install Windows on this computer, and that was why I was able to install Windows on it. So but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the first thing, which is our tiles. So when you click on the start menu, you are going to see all these things here. These are called tiles. These are called tiles, and these tiles by default they've been arranged this way. If you want to change the way they look, you can just click on there, rename them, give them whatever name you want to give them. So I'm going to rename this as email app, and then I'm going to click out. So that's saved for me. And for this, I'm going to rename this side as recent apps. So that's you customizing your desktop, making it look the way you are personalizing it. So when you log in and you click on the Windows on the start menu, you know what you are going to see. And here I can rename them as games. So that's how you do things. You can actually drag them again and rename this part also, and give them, click on here and say whatever name you want to give it. My what can I say, online let me see, let's say email app, I don't know, I can't just figure out a name to give it. So once you've named them like that, if you click out and then come back there, you can see they will stay the same way you have arranged them. So this is how you drag a tile. You can also right click on any of them and resize them. So if you want it to be bigger, you can say, okay, I want you to be bigger by large. Can you see how big that is? So if I right click on this also, I can resize this and make it small. So that's you decide what you want to do with your environment because it's yours. So I'm going to go and reduce this back to medium. Another thing you can do, another thing you can do is to right click, go to more, and you're going to see where it says turn lifestyle off. Turn the lifestyle off. How, what does that mean? If you look at this Xbox here, it's changing every now and then. That's because it's live. The lifestyle is on. So if I switch it off, see what happens now. It will just remain like that and it's not going to be displaying picture like it's doing. So let me just leave it back to on. Turn lifestyle on. So there's one other thing. Let's say you are the person that use Skype every time. So you can click on that, go to more, and say I want you to be pinned to my tax bar. So if I click on that, look at it here now. It's down there on my tax bar. So anytime I need to use it, I just come there and click on it and it's ready to go. So this is what we are doing. So I'm going to unpin it from the tax bar now because I don't need it there. So that's what we are learning with how to manage Windows 10. Let's talk about one other thing, one other problem that people used to have in my staff used to have at work, that they used to call me, Mr. Z, can you come and fix this? I have a problem with this. That's they're using their desktop, and because their keys, there are some keys in where I work that for some reason would go and touch the tablet mode. So let's say this is the tablet mode. If I click on the tablet mode, look at how my computer is like now. You can see it's now like a tablet, and this is a desktop computer. And teachers would not know, or people I'm working with would not know what to do, and they'll be like, "Oh, Mr. Z," they'll call the IT engineer. Can you come and fix this? I have a problem. So these are the problems you are going to be facing, real life problem that you're going to be facing. Once you get there, you see something like this, then you can tell, oh, the tablet mode is on. All you have to do is go back here and click on tablet mode, and then everything comes back to normal. So that's a problem fix. I've told you a real life problem now. Let's go to here again. We want to go to all settings. If we go to all settings, here we can see we have system, we have device, we have a lot of settings that we can make. So let's say I want to go into system now. If I go into the system, I can see sound. If I want to change the sound, increase or decrease the sound. If I want to there's not much to do there. If I go to notification and actions, so look at this, notification and action. This is our notification and action. If I can drag and change the positions of these tiles. You can see I'm doing that. This is airplane mode. Sometimes the kids where I work would have clicked on airplane mode. So by clicking on airplane mode, the teacher will not have access to the internet. So they will call me, Mr. Z, I have a problem. I would have to go there also and resolve that problem for them. So these are things as an IT engineer we need to get ourselves used and accomplished to. Okay, so that's that about that. Let's talk about battery life. You can see is 100% right now. So if I can you can see turn battery saver on automatically if my battery falls below 20%. So these are settings that anyone can just read and understand what it's doing. So and remote desktop, I'm going to be talking about that later in another video. Let's go to what other ease of access. I like to talk about this. So ease of access is actually most of it meant for people who cannot hear the dumb. So what they do with them is, or people who cannot see clearly, they try to go and increase the size of the text. You can see as I'm dragging the slider, is increasing the size of the text and it's making it bolder. So that's what some people would like to use, and for me I prefer to leave it there. So if you go to magnifier under ease of access, you can turn it on. So if you turn magnifier on, look at what happens. You're going to have these tools where everything becomes bigger, but as for me, I don't like it. so I'm going to reduce it back. Sometimes staff have called me to say, I don't know what's wrong with my screen, it's getting too big. All you have to do is go back to the ease of access, go to magnifier and reduce the size back to 100%. And then what other things do we have on here? Look at, we have mouse, so you can say control your mouse with the keypad. That's the settings you want. If you want to change other mouse options, so there are other things, there are other ways you can just, you see, I can do that. Look at this, left and right, your select your primary button. So all these things, they are pretty much um, well, they've explained themselves. You should not be needing someone to help you with all those ones. Let me see what other thing I can talk about before I end this video. I've done ease of access. I've done one other thing I would like to talk about is accounts. Oh, because because of you need to activate Windows before you can personalize your PC. I understand that, because the Windows I've installed on here is not like is not what's it called, is not activated. So it's a sample of Windows, they call it ISO, so it's not letting me do that because it knows I have, you can see it says Windows isn't activated, activate Windows now. So I'm not ready to activate because I'm only using these in a test environment. So these are things you should be able to do on your when you are working and someone, people are calling you about having problem with their display. You should know. Okay, let's go to personalization as well. In personalization, these are things that we can do: background, colors, lock screen. So you should be able, you can see that's my present lock screen. If I'm not able to do this because it wants me to activate Windows, so that's why I'm not able to do all these things. It knows just using that Windows in the test environment. So the Windows operating system we have now, it knows I'm using it in the test environment, so it's not allowing me to do all those things. So time and language, so if you want to change settings here, yeah, and you can tell this is in Pacific something Canada, and I'm in the United Kingdom, so I can just look for UK. um, Let me look for a, and then I'll look for a, and I'll just adjust that settings. So these are things you want to be able to do. You want to get yourself used to this, so that whenever any staff wherever you're working is having a problem, you can confidently go there and fix it. You can see Dublin, Edinburgh, Lisbon and London, so I'll just set that and that'll be all. So this is everything I want to talk about in this video. So I can just close my Hyper-V now, or minimize, close this, and then shut down my computer. I'll just shut down because that's all I want to show you. But before I go, there's one other thing that I want to show for you to understand much more what we are going to be doing and what we are doing. You can see I've said google.com. This is the network of Google. Giant Primary School, this is the primary school network. HSBC Bank, this is the bank network. So all these things, you can see HSBC Bank, all their computers, all their servers, they are all connected to the same network. Primary school, all connected to the same network. Google, all connected to the same network. So as you are going to be working for a company, you are going to be managing all the computers and servers and phones and tablet and Chromebook and iPad in your own network. And while you are doing that, you are going to be making use of what we call the domain controller. This thing you see here, you are going to be making use of it to control all of them, see which one is having a problem, see which printer is not working, see which system needs to be reimaged and all that. So it's interesting if you come into this field. I'm just trying to bring you to try and explain things to the best of my knowledge and make it as simple as I can, so that everyone feels like IT is not as difficult as they think. And while I was preparing this lesson, I was going through some um, job search, and you can see where it says here 24,000 to 26,000, and all they want you to be able to do if you are going to apply for this job is ensure computing, audio, visual and reprographic resources are well maintained and supported. So you are going to be maintaining Windows 10 computers that they have, all of them. Make sure you are able to maintain them, provide a range of digital media resources. So when there is, as you're working as an IT engineer, you are not only going to be dealing with computers, you are going to be dealing with whiteboards, you are going to be dealing with televisions, and all those will be connected to your company's network. You'll be able to look at them and say, okay, what's the problem? Why is it not connecting to the network? You are going to provide customer focused technical support. So when customer in the sense that you're working in a company, everyone that's working with you, the account manager, your colleagues, they are all customers to you. So you need to be able to speak to them and help them when they are having a problem. Provide support on Windows 10, and you can see this is where you're going. So if you are able to provide support on Windows 10 computers, Office 365 won't be a problem for you, because doing Windows 10 would expand your knowledge. And whenever you see a problem with Office 365 window, and when they say Office 365, they are talking about Microsoft Word, they're talking about Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and all that, and you'll be able to manage those ones. So I'm just letting you know that coming into IT is not as difficult as you think. You can get your first line support IT job as soon as you finish watching, when I get to the end of my videos. Stay blessed, and I hope that this video has helped you to an extent. Have a good one, and then next time we are going to meet again on another series. Thank you very much. Bye.